The city of Doral, Florida, has a lot of Trump support. The president has one of his golf courses there and won more than 60% of the vote in November. And with its large Venezuelan population, the city is often referred to as Doralzuela. But now, Trump's push to roll back deportation protections for Venezuelan migrants is sparking major backlash there and concerns it could take the local economy. NBC's George Solis reports on the impact in President Trump's own backyard.
A visit to Doral, Florida, and you'll get why this suburb of Miami is nicknamed Doralzuela. It's not just because of storefronts and restaurants. This is home to a majority of the Sunshine State's estimated 400,000 Venezuelans, and a front line in the battle against the Trump administration's push to end temporary protected status, or TPS, for some 600,000 Venezuelans across the country.
We are ending that extension of that program, adding some integrity back into it.
The move means about 350,000 Venezuelans in the U.S. would lose protections in April and face deportation back to Venezuela, despite what Homeland Security once called a political and economic crisis there under Nicolas Maduro's inhumane regime.
There's a lot of people that are scared to go to work, are scared to go to school.
Marin Porras is not only Doral's vice mayor, but an immigration attorney who was worried about both Venezuelan migrants and the city she helps run.
If you were to remove the Venezuelan community, the Venezuelan influence, this city would cease to be, and our local economy would probably collapse.
Full-on collapse.
It would take a very big hit. I think it would take us a very long time to recover.
But not everyone agrees, like Doral Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Manny Sarmiento.
You're saying there wouldn't be a collapse here if you lost 40% of the population?
There would be a lull, there would be a challenge, but no, I don't think so.
Sarmiento is an avid supporter of President Trump, and despite the mass deportations, he believes the majority of the Latino community, including naturalized Venezuelans, are too.
Is there a case of so-called buyer's remorse? I mean, seeing what's happening
Not
to the family members?
Not at all. I see it strengthening, actually, because he's taking action that the people here, immigrants and non-immigrants, know that's what we need.
But for businesses whose workforce would be directly impacted by the end of TPS, it's complicated. Alexander Reda is CEO of Pana Group, which makes and sells food inspired by Venezuelan cuisine. His South Florida-based company stands to lose a significant portion of his employees, roughly 40%.
Hospitality, retail, services. We are already being challenged for the difficulties of getting employees. These people represent workforce.
Back in downtown Doral, Porras says fear alone is already infiltrating bottom lines.
It's pretty empty, and you're saying that could be a sign.
Usually we would have a lot of folks walking, going into businesses, really contributing to this local economy, and we're not seeing that.
Her fear, this becoming the new norm. George Solis, NBC News, Doral, Florida.
Our thanks to George for that. And just in now from the White House, President Trump plans to sign an executive order to make English the official language of the U.S. The U.S. has never had a national language before. This order would also rescind a federal mandate that requires agencies to provide language assistance to help non-English speakers. This is a departure from the campaign trail where Trump spent millions pitching his message to Spanish-speaking Americans. Yet soon after taking office, his administration took down the Spanish-language version of the White House website. We're keeping our eyes on the White House this morning.